Hello, I'm Jodie Evans. I'm from Codepink Women for Peace, an organization that is based on principles of a feminist foreign policy, which is about diplomacy, peace, cooperation, and connection. We have been outraged, upset, and engaged since the response of the United States to 9/11 was to go to war on Afghanistan, a country that had nothing to do with 9/11. We are calling on the United States to fund the $350 billion need that UNHCR has to feed the people of Afghanistan right now. That is just over one day's cost of what they spent destroying a country. Do you know that in the entire 20 years the United States was at war on Afghanistan, not one report was done about the hunger or the needs of the people of Afghanistan? This is $2.2 trillion that was wasted, not just wasted, but these are monies that taxpayers paid 65% of their tax dollars to destroy a country, to decimate its culture, its people, and only to make the rich richer and military contractors richer. We are calling on the United States government, members of Congress, and the president to cut the Pentagon. It is an addiction of the wealthy. It is about greed. They must cut the Pentagon in half, and they must serve the needs of the people that are staying in Afghanistan. Yes, those whose lives are in greatest danger need to get out, but that's tens of thousands of people. There are millions, 30 million people who are left behind. It is time to serve all the people, to serve the people of Afghanistan, to serve the people of the world, and to serve those people that pay their taxes in the United States, give them housing, education, and shelter. It is time for women to lead with the values of a feminist foreign policy that are about the fact that we are all connected. We live on one planet Earth. We must stop destroying her. We must stop destroying each other. We must all stand together for peace. Thank you.